Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening. So happy to see you again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for giving you the space to reflect on this topic, which is the similarities between Buddhism and Christianism. So, I want to say that any tradition, any philosophy can be seen as a path to freedom from our suffering, as a path to opening the heart. Or it can be seen as a strange, negative, or something completely separate from us. I mean, many of us that we were born in America, and our tradition is more about Catholicism and Cristianismo. We feel strange when we start studying a new philosophy that is coming from Tibet, from India, from that part of the world. But distance, like physically distance, is not an obstacle for us to bring all that wisdom, all that very rich wisdom into our lives. It's beautiful. I think it says a lot about us. It says that we have a very open mind. It says that we have a lot of kindness because we can bring different tools to open our hearts. So, according to Buddhist philosophy, any tradition that you are studying depends on your own mental afflictions. No philosophy has the power itself to be the highest path or not the highest path for you. It is empty of being either one. Much of how we experience it depends on our own perceptions, on our own seeds, and the causes we have created in the past to feel that connection with certain tradition, to certain philosophy, to certain wisdom, basically. So this is really beautiful because it gives you a clue of what are your karmic past connections, right? With which traditions. And of course, we believe Buddhism is the highest in the sense that it gives you the whole path to become an angel, to become an enlightened being, to stop suffering. But that doesn't mean that we don't take the wisdom in other places, other traditions, other cultures. The other day, one of my friends, she invited me to go to see this very famous public guy he's very famous, and he's basically teaching about breathing, about compassion, and I was like, yeah, let's go. She was like, do you want to go? I would love if you come with me to see this guy. And I was like, let's go, because I know I can find wisdom in any person, in any teaching. I can take that out of anything that happens me around me. But basically, I was surprised because when I went to this conference, very big conference, thousands of people, I was so surprised that this person for me was teaching the same about meditation, about compassion, about open our hearts, about forgiveness. So it's beautiful. Then your life, if you are ready and you are with your mind open, your life, the people around you, and other teachers from other traditions, they they are talking to you in the same language. They are giving you the same medicine to stop suffering. So we should be so open to see that in every place, right? And it's not that, oh, now that I am practicing Buddhism, I don't want to go to this church. I mean, for me now it's more exciting to go to the church because I'm gonna see a lot of what I study and I practice there. And we should not never think that the mistakes of the human beings are representing the wisdom behind any tradition. Because as humans, as teachers, the people get mistakes. And they are allowed because who is perfect? If we are still here in this world, if we don't have an enlightened and an enlightened mind and enlightened body, that means that we are still not perfect and we do a lot of mistakes. So, but that doesn't mean the real core of the wisdom in the traditions are mistaken, right? So I apologize also if I say something wrong in this class because I know the wisdom is so pure and perfect that if I say something wrong, it's more coming from me. So anyway, many of us, we feel drawn to Catholicism because for our upbringing culture, and in the same way, some of us might feel drawn to Buddhism and find value in its tools for developing greater happiness, compassion, and inner peace. So it is important to ask questions, always investigate the teachers, what is the teaching leading you, I mean, that's something that Buddhism invites us to do, like to feel genuinely convinced and comfortable with whatever spiritual path you choose to practice. Investigate, take a look, like a real look, like what is this about? And once you feel, how to say, you feel like, okay, this is an honest path, I can relate and I can spend time with it, go for it. But first, ask questions, investigate more. This is very important in Buddhism. Don't just follow somebody that is telling you, oh, this is the path you have to follow. No, like we need to use our logic and see if logically is something that is gonna help us in our life. And use it, all right? But having a spiritual path is important. In the end, everything material thing will eventually be lost. What remains are our good actions, the love we share, and the practices that help us open our hearts in this life, right? What remains is whatever helps us to love more deeply, to live more wisely, and feel more in peace with ourselves and our families. That's really what matters. And as parents, we need to become that example, living example for our children, right? So it is important to have our heart very open every day if possible. So as I go through my day, this is the next verse, and let me show you the picture because let's continue with our verses, right? The verses to develop a good heart. So this is the number 3, which is, as I go through my day, may I watch my mind carefully. If a negative thought arises, may I stop it immediately. Why? Because it harms both myself and others. And I love this picture because, as you can see, it requires a lot of energy to stop negative thoughts. I mean, even if, people doesn't notice, or even ourselves, first of all, when we feel a negative thought, we do feel energy. It's like fire, right? It's like anger. It's like something negative arises in our mind. That flower is opening in our mind, and we feel its energy. And we see that it's not a beautiful, calm energy. It's like powerful and destructive energy. And imagine that you are watching your mind carefully, and you realize consciously, oh, this is a negative thought arising in my mind. May I stop it immediately? And how? I'm going to require some energy. And for me, that energy is coming from your wisdom. So your own wisdom that understands that this thought is going to harm me and other people. So use that energy, like imagine it's coming from the center of your heart, and it's just stopping that negative thought. Why? Because according to this teaching, we all have mental blinders that prevent us from seeing the deeper reality around us. These blinders come from misunderstanding where our experiences come from, right? So for example, imagine, I don't know, your wife criticizes you at home. It calls you like, oh, you're so stupid. Or most people will assume that that person, your wife in that moment, is the source of their pain, right? But according to the laws of karma, the situation is appearing because of seeds planted in your own mind with previous actions. So perhaps in the past, we spoke harshly to someone else. We criticized somebody unfairly or called them stupid. Those actions planted seeds in our mind. Later, when the conditions are right, those seeds ripen and someone criticizes. So the important moment here is what we do next. Okay, if we react with anger and attack back, we plant new seeds from the same experience to happen again in the future. So instead of recognize what's happening, sometimes we yell back. This negative emotion take over our minds, our mouth, and we yell back. We hurt the other person. So if we can recognize actually and remain calm and respond wisely, we stop creating the causes for more suffering. And when we yell back, we can feel that energy. It stays with us. Like we know we hurt the other person. Like it's just a waste of energy. It's hurting you, hurting the other person. You don't feel good. You don't feel peaceful. You are letting your peace go away. You are letting your peace and the good relationship you can develop with your partner or the people around you go away. So every difficult person or situation, basically, because sometimes the difficult person is the people that we live in and the people we are every day talking with. And sometimes when that difficult moment appears for both, that becomes a teacher. every challenging situation becomes an opportunity to train the mind. The more we understand where our experiences come from, the less we react badly, and the more clearly we see the goodness, the beauty, and the potential that exists all around us. So this practice, this verse is very powerful and simple at the same time. Watch the mind. Catch negative thoughts. Catch negative reactions earlier. Stop them before they grow. Choose wisdom over anger. Choose kindness over anger. Choose forgiveness over anger. Even if for me it's difficult to understand that I planted these seeds the last week, and that's why I see this, my husband yelling at me. If that's difficult for me, you can at least also another tool is just to choose forgiveness, kindness, compassion, because you can tell to yourself, I don't know if maybe he's having a bad day, a hard time. He's going through so much, a lot. So who doesn't have bad days? You know, I mean, those levels of wisdom are different and they're useful. If at the end of the day, you are choosing not to react negative, just whatever is there for you. Sometimes we are more wise than other days. Sometimes we choose, emptiness and karma, I understand. Sometimes it's just like, you know what? It's better for me not to respond. I don't want to plant these seeds again. Okay, I'm just gonna take a deep breath and go to the other room. Other days, I'm gonna say, oh my God, maybe he's having a bad day, a hard day. So I'm just gonna take a deep breath and continue the best I can. You know, those are different levels of wisdom. Wisdom at the end. And you can choose them and use them, but do something, use something. Don't create more negative emotions and situations. So this is how gradually we remove the blinders and we begin to see the world different, and we practice more patience. Imagine that you are out of control. If your mind is out of control all day, if you cannot control your mind, then you cannot control your thoughts, of course, then your words, and then your actions. So this path is about watching your mind, controlling your mind, because from there, your whole body and words and this vehicle that we use to plant good or bad seeds is gonna depend on the mind, the power of your mind. How can I start to control my mind, to lead my mind into a wisdom path, a love and compassion path? But if I don't practice, then I'm allowing my mind to be out of control again and continue. How long? Maybe for the rest of our life. We know people that are senior, older people that their minds, they're still out of control, their words, their actions. We can relate. So I need those moments of practice. I need moments where I can allow myself to practice. So use them. Like, my husband is not being, he didn't did what I told him. Okay, this is a moment that I can practice to start controlling my mind. This is an opportunity. Let me use it. Let me take it. All right? So, you yell at somebody. So a week ago, you hear your own words, loud, angry words that planted seeds in your mind. So this week, then your partner enters the room and he starts saying something that hurts you. It gets you upset. It hurts. Does it stop upset everyone in the house? Maybe no. Maybe there was another person there and no. It is obvious that it must come in from you, that feeling, the way you feel. Always ask yourself, how did I feel with this situation? That's the seed you planted in the past. Okay? All right, so let's continue because we need to understand that you are creating the cause for the same thing to happen or to something different to happen, even with logic, even if you don't believe in karma. If I am yelling back the person that is hurting me, I am just creating the same. I am not changing my mind, my heart, the way I respond into these difficult situations. I'm just reacting the same. And then I get mad when people are acting in a similar way that I did. But we are the same. I mean, if you really want to get mad with somebody that is hurting you, then maybe it's because you are not hurting anybody anymore. But that's impossible. Because you cannot see somebody that is making you feel bad if you are not making other people feel bad. So that's why this third verse says, watch your mind. The moment anger arises and you feel the urge, urgencia to attack back, stop. Don't let the reaction take over you. And according to this teaching, every time we react with anger, blame, harsh words, we plant new seeds, right, in the mind, and then they will cause us similar experiences. So the more we react unconsciously, the less clearly we see the world. But the more we understand that our experiences are coming from our seeds we planted, the more those blinders begin to fall away. Okay? They fall away. It's like in the Matrix, like when you are sleeping, you are living and sleeping, you are not realizing that you are creating your world. And that's something that Jesus will always say, right? That he will say, if you plant apple seeds, you cannot get avocado fruit. Like he knew this. So it's coming also from that teaching. That's why the practice is not about controlling other people, it's about watching your own mind. Okay? Forget about the other people. Watch your own mind. What do you have to develop? Catch the anger, catch the blame, catch the impulse to react, and stop it before it becomes a new seed and more of the same. That is how wisdom grows, basically. All right, think of the person sitting next to you also. Is that an angel? According to this teaching, they are not an angel from their own side. And they are not an angel from their own side either. They are like an aspirin. An aspirin doesn't contain the headache relief inside it. It only works when the right causes and conditions come together. All right, and people are the same. The person next to you can appear ordinary, difficult, inspiring, or angelic, depending on the seeds in your own mind. But we need to plant the seeds to start seeing people angelic around you. If you consistently help others, show kindness, and care about their happiness, you plant the causes to experience more goodness in the world around you. And you know what? You don't have to be perfect. I mean, you only have to try. A small seed can produce a huge result. That's why the practice is to catch negative reactions early. When anger arises, stop and ask, where is this experience coming from? Be a warrior against your own negative habits. You are more powerful than your negative habits. I promise you, you are more powerful. But you need to practice. You need to show yourself how powerful you are. If you don't try, you will never know how powerful you are. Challenge your anger. Challenge your blame. Challenge the belief that the other people are the source of your suffering and your unhappiness. All right? You need to start seeing that the world looks very different because it's coming from your own mind. You're gonna start seeing more kindness, more beauty, more possibility, all right? And sometimes you might even feel that you are meeting angels, teachers, spiritual guides around you. You know, like this guy I went to see to this conference, I haven't, actually she was like, you can investigate more about this teacher basically, right? And I was like, no, I won't. I don't want to investigate. I just want to be there without any preperceptions or thoughts. I just want to like see what he has to say, right? And every word was like, this is what I practice. Oh, this is very similar of what I believe, you know. And he was taking all this ancient wisdom from India, from Tibet, to help other people. I was like, this person is a spiritual warrior helping people in a different language, but with the same tools. So we need to have always the mind open to get teachings from other people, right? Because it's coming from you. You can see teachers or you can see stupid people around you. It depends on your own seat. So anyway, the practice begins by understanding that you need to watch your mind. All right, this is the invitation of this verse. Watch your mind as I go through the day. All right, let's continue with the second one. Well, the number 4. What it says, at times I will meet bad people tormented by a strong bad deeds and pain. May I see them that they are hard to find. They are like a mine of gold. And so I might, it's repeated, and so I might hold them dear. All right? So one of the surprising ideas in this teaching is that difficult people can be actually a gift. Why? Because they give us opportunity to practice, all right? The same again. You need them. If you want to develop self-control, compassion, and patience, you need them. It's easy to be kind when everyone around us is pleasant. They're kind. It's easy to be kind when we are always with kind people. But the real practice begins when we meet people who are challenging, irritating, or difficult to deal with. So according to this teaching, those people are precious. All right? Gives you countless opportunities to plant positive seeds in our mind, in your mind. All right, so a challenging partner or a frustrating coworker might provide more opportunities for growth than someone who is always kind with you. There is a very famous story about a great Buddhist master. His name is Atisha. And when he traveled from India to Tibet, he could have chosen anyone to accompany him. Like he could choose anyone, right? Like who's gonna come with me? He was like this amazing master, Atisha. And all of their his students were like, who's gonna choose? Maybe he's gonna choose me and I'm gonna go and take care of my teacher. But instead, he chose a person who was known for being difficult and irritating. He chose the most irritating and difficult student to go with him to Tibet. And people ask him, right? Like, why did you bring that person? And Atisha replied, because he helps me practice. He understood that difficult people reveal where we still need to grow. They show us our impatience, our anger, our habits of blame other people. So without those challenges, we might never notice these tendencies within ourselves. So that's why this verse says that treasure difficult people. Not because harmful behavior is good, no. But because these situations gives us a rare opportunity to develop wisdom. Anyone can be peaceful when life is easy. The true test of our practice is how we respond when life is difficult. I saw a video on social media that says that, oh, yes, you feel very elevated, practitioner, yogi, meditator. Go 1 week on vacation with your family and taste it. Taste you. and then you can realize how good practitioner you are, right? And go spend Christmas with your family and stay there for a couple of days and see. And once you think you are like, oh, this very advanced practitioner, then you meet somebody that's gonna challenge you and you're gonna say, okay, thank you, I need you. Because our greatest teachers arrive distinguished as the people who challenge us the most, all right? Maybe they're angels too. Think about it. Sometimes the people who challenge us the most are actually helping us to grow. If angels wanted to help us become stronger, wiser, patient, they might not appear as these holy holy angels. They might show up as people challenging you, challenging us, right? That's why no one should be ruled out as a possible angel. The difficult people in our lives might be helping us growth in ways we don't yet understand. But try to suspect that this challenging person is trying to help me, is helping me, right? Let's go to the next one. Some jealous person might do me wrong, insult me, or something of the like. May I learn to take the lost myself and offer them all again. All the gain, sorry, all the gain. All again? Well, I think it's like all the, yeah, el triunfo, the gain, right? This teaching often arises an important question. What if people take advantage of me? Sometimes we feel this way. Many spiritual people say, my boss treats me badly, he criticizes me, and I try to stay patient and not get angry. But isn't he taking advantage of me? So according to Buddhist teachings, no one can truly take advantage of you. Why? Because what comes into your lives depends on the seeds you planted in the past. So for example, if you are not receiving enough money or recognition or support, the solution is not become angry or stop helping others. That's not the solution for sure. The solution is to create more of the causes for abundance by being generous and helping others. One of my friends called me. She sent me this long message yesterday. She was driving and she was like, Pau, I invited my friends from the city to come visit me to Puerto Vallarta. You know, this is a very tourist beach place. And, you know, the ocean is like you take vacations here in Puerto Vallarta. So she invited them, like I think like 3 of her friends. And they were supposed to take a bus and then she will pick them up in the bus station and they will go together to this another place called San Pancho, which is a surf island, blah, 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 like 1 hour driving. But their friends decided to take an airplane. So instead of taking the bus, they went to the airport, and that's far away from where she is, right, my friend? So in her mind, she thought that their friends, they will take, I don't know, a taxi to go to San Pancho, to this surf island. But at the end, she was already driving to this island and they were like, hey, can you pick us up in the airport? We already arrived. And she was like, I didn't understand that, you know, and she felt that they were taking advantage of her. Like, they didn't communicate to me, Pau, that I was supposed to pick them up in the airport, which is like another hour, and then from the airport drive to this island. So it's like another 1 hour and a half. So she was like feeling sad about it. Like, why they think I'm a driver? What do they expect from me? They are so spoiled. Like, and I was like, regarding what they are thinking, what they are expecting, if they did or not communicate well with you, those are seeds that are already open. And you can stay there with this affliction, with this sadness, or you can just see the opportunity of plant good new seeds for your future. So it's good if you take care of them. I mean, if you take care of them, there's not possibility that you will get a bad result of that. So she arranged a driver that went pick them up in the airport, and this driver took them to this San Pancho place, right? So she was taking care of their friends, even if she felt like, oh, what's going on? That's an old seed. That's an old seed that ripened. Okay, it feels bad. Okay, you have to meditate why you saw that, why you felt this way. Okay, but now, today, what can I do to create a new future? Serve them. Be kind. And she did it, and I was so proud of her, and she was feeling amazing, amazing. She transformed the mental affliction into a new way of serving, an opportunity to serve other person. All right? So helping people can never be the cause of having less. Helping others creates the causes for having more. For example, somebody's going to take care of her in the future, as she did yesterday, right? So if you plant apple seeds, you get apples. If you plant generosity, support, those results will eventually come back to you, even if you don't want to. That's why this verse encourages us not to live in fear of being taken advantage of. All right? Instead, focus on serving others as well as you can. Be grateful for the opportunities to help. True seeds you are planting. And, sorry, not true, trust. Trust the seeds you are planting. The more value you create for others, the more eventually will come. No one can take away the results of your good actions. No one. No one can take away the results of your good actions, and the opposite. No one can take away the results of your not good actions. Those results belong to you. Okay, and they will come back when the conditions are right. So simply keep serving them. You know, and my friends will tell me, or your family or your wife, maybe they're gonna tell you, oh, they're taking advantage of you. But you have to say, no, I'm the one benefiting of this situation. According to this teaching, if you understand how karma works, you don't have to worry about being taken advantage of. Those are all seeds. Once they're ripened, they are lost. They are gone. So keep serving. Be grateful for every opportunity to help. All right. Yeah. Take maybe times when you turn to someone hoping for kindness or support, and instead they hurt you. When that happens, try to see them differently. They might be showing you that some old negative seeds are still ripening in your mind. Like, you can say, okay, from now on, I'm just gonna plant good seeds. But while you're planting good seed, guess what? The whole bad seeds are gonna start ripening. I mean, the only way you can stop the causes of suffering is just to stop you planting those causes, and it's difficult. We are every day, if we can measure like how many good seeds and how many not good seeds we planted, I mean, which one are the most? And let's don't feel sad about it. Let's be intelligent. Let's be smarter than our bad seeds. Because one thing is to plant bad seeds unconsciously all day without giving them a fight. That's easy. You're just out of control, saying these things, reacting, blah, 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 unconsciously of your actions. You don't care just only about yourself or you can be smarter than that and watch them, be conscious, give them a fight. Like, oh, I'm watching you. I know I'm planting bad seeds. I get it. All right. Maybe tomorrow is gonna be a better day. This is something that really helps me. Like, okay, today I lost this battle. I lost the battle, but tomorrow is a new day. I'm gonna start again. I'm gonna try a little bit harder. I'm gonna be a little bit more kind, a little bit, but that is creating your future self that is gonna practice easily, all right? So this practice is helping an old seed wear out. The person is not creating the problem. They're simply helping an old cause come to an end. Like my friend yesterday, their friends helped her to bring that old karmic seed come to an end. Then the important thing is not to plant new negative seeds, right? How I'm gonna react. Oh no, you know what? You girls are stupid. You didn't communicate well. You have to take care of yourself. I'm going to San Pancho. See you there. I don't care. You're an adult. Take an Uber, pay a taxi. Yeah, you could say that. You can do that. What are you gonna plant? What is gonna be the result of that? Whenever you are having a situation, maybe no one's gonna support you, or basically when she was taking care of them, she was planting that seed, period. In the future, she's gonna need a right, she's gonna need care, support, and she's gonna receive it. But then we forget, especially with positive seeds, we forget, oh, where is this coming from? We forget. Oh, probably did I planted a seed? We forget. We don't make those connections. It's easily with negative things. It's something human in our minds. It's easier to think about karma with negative seeds. But what about all the good ones? You need to bring them also, like, oh, this is a good, beautiful seed. All right? All right. So let the difficult experience make you stronger. All right? Difficult people reveal the places where we still need to grow. And for that reason, they can become some of our greatest teachers. You know who are the greatest teachers? Our partner, our children, because the people you are around all the time. And every challenge is an opportunity. Every difficult person is a chance to practice, or every difficult moment. All right? So when someone be mistreated, or you're mistreated by someone, you need to stop to remind. And you know what? you are so powerful. You won't believe it. Probably we haven't realized how powerful we are to overcome difficult situations. We need to discover it. How kind can I be? Sometimes we think that for being stronger and powerful, we need to fight back. We need to, how to say, we need to become this stronger person and with this faith, like, oh, I'm powerful. No. Power comes from kindness. Power comes from kindness. If we could only understand. The person who thinks is always stronger and everyone is a fear of me and no one do something against me because I'm this powerful and frightening person. That person is the weakness. Sí, la más débil. The real powerful person is who is the kindest person in the room. Who is gonna be? You or maybe your partner? And the kindest person is the most powerful person. All right? All right. Basically, I think we need to go to the next one. We have like 7 minutes, and I'm just gonna show you the number 6. And I believe that sometimes when the teaching is not completely over, it means something powerful, that we need to see each other again. Is something inconclusive that we need to keep seeing us more often. All right. So let me show you the last one. It's not the last one because we still have another 2, but it says in sadness, right? In a difficult moment, may I give and help and joy to all my mothers directly or some other mind. May I take all the hurt and pain of my mothers in secret upon myself. In Buddhism, we say that all the people around you, if we have past lives and future life, all the people around you has been your mom. And you've been their mom and vice versa. So it says that may I can take all the pain from them in secret upon myself. May I can give them joy. And it's something we need to really meditate about. Because even if we don't believe in past lives, every person around you has a mother. And if you have the blessing of being a mom, a father, you know that the love you have for this new baby, right, Claudia and Rodrigo, is the most beautiful, perfect love you have ever felt in your life. You want to protect this little angel with all your heart. Imagine if you can take the same feeling towards all the people around you. If you can take the love you have for your own mom, how you protect your mom with love and care, how can you expand that feeling towards all the people around you? Because they are also a mother, or there is someone's son or daughter. So the same feeling you have, other people have for their own children. How can we expand that? How can I take the hurt and the pain in secret? Because we do it in secret. We take care of people in ways that they don't have to worry about, right? So it's really, really, really beautiful. How can we do that? So to finish, I'm gonna show you this. Ahí está. Basically, I want to say that the similarities between Christianism and Buddhism is that the angels are not only in heaven. I mean, among a lot of similarities. They are around us. They can be anyone around you, your own child, Marianne, very suspicious, your partner, your neighbor, the people that's gonna help you grow and open your heart, that's an angel. And they come in any form. Sometimes they are very beautiful, sometimes they challenge you, but we have to open our hearts to see the angels around us. They are not only in heaven. If you have the seed, the kindness, you can see them in their physical form, or maybe not even in the physical form, maybe in a form of I don't know, a butterfly, a bird singing in the morning. Could be an angel or could be not. What do you choose to see? It's just a decision. And I think we all want to live in a more beautiful world where we see the magic and we see the protectors and the guides, the spiritual guides around us, helping us all day, all time. We don't have to only go to the church. If you want to go to the church, go. But the real practice and the real teachings are going to be around you 24 hours, 24 hours. All right? So I hope you guys can watch the Netflix series, The Chosen. Let me show you. I have a picture for you. So it's on Netflix. Check it out. Maybe a few saw already a season or two, but I really encourage you to watch this series and connected with your own spiritual path, your own spiritual teachers, your own spiritual journey, your own experiences, because Jesus was a human being walking around people, and you have teachers around you, walking around you. So who are they? Have you noticed the teachers around you? Oh, Laura says that it's also on YouTube. So you can watch it on YouTube or on Netflix. So I think that's all for me. One of the homeworks was to think about the similarities between your own experience with your own home, philosophy, religious tradition, or with Buddhism or with another tradition, or if you go to a conference of someone you don't know, try to see the similarities. But I hope you did it in this week, and if not, again, I encourage you to think about it. One of my spiritual teachers, Geshe Michael's wife, Veronica, she told me that I needed to write down the similarities between, and this was like way back. I don't know, I was doing a silent retreat and she told me this, like, you need to write down the similarities between your how you growth in a Catholic culture with now, and just or don't even think about the similarities, just go there, go back there into those sacred memories and those sacred moments and those beautiful experiences you had, and just sit with that and meditate and see what message is bringing you back again into your today's self. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure. Thank you to all the tech team, all the people recording, translating, all you amazing people, the designer, Gina, for the flyer. Thank you, everyone who took the time to be here with me today. I'm so glad that we have the time and the opportunity to keep studying beautiful teachings. And please embrace your story. Bring your past, bring all your story as part of what you are becoming and where you are destined to become, all right? I love you all so much and have a great, great weekend. See you in the next course. Let's think about what we're gonna study, all right? Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Kathy.